And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Master of Respect. In this game, which has almost some Samurai Jack style artwork, you are a master of Kung Fu, and you are training your students, and you want to have the most respect of anyone in the whole area. This is done through sending your students on tasks. So each turn you're going to pick some tasks, kind of like some actions that you're going to take on a turn, but matching them up with the students and using other people's actions in a way to get the most points at the end. Here's how it plays. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to pick one of the masters, and when they take the master, the card in the master shows you what resources you start with, and also it shows you your starting technique tiles, which are the same color as your master, so it's easy for you to have them. You're going to get 3 students. 2 of the students are coded towards your master. You can see the symbols on here. And the third student, which has a special ability on the back, or special scoring on the back, you basically draft these in reverse turn order. So everyone's going to start with 3 students, 3 technique tiles, their master card and a master tile. These basically are just here for informational purposes, as well as a large shield to be used over the course of the game. Players are trying to get the most points in this game. At the end of the game, every used respect token is worth half a point, and all other tokens, 5 of them together, equals 1 point. Many of the different technique tiles in the game are going to be worth 1 or 2 points. And as you recruit students, many of them start with negative points on them. You'll see this one's negative 2 points. But if you upgrade them, this one turns into 2 points, this one's worth 3, and this one's worth 5. And that one student that you draft at the beginning is going to have bonus points based on, for example, this one here. The more used respect you get, the more bonus points they give you at the end of the game. Gameplay takes 5 rounds, and in each of the rounds, players are going to be organizing their different students and giving them tasks to perform. And then at the end of round 2, 3, 4, and 5, there's going to be kind of an exhibition combat, and whoever does the best is going to get some bonuses as shown on this board. So firstly, behind a shield, players are going to put all their students and give each of them a task. You have these 3 technique cards that have 2 tasks on each of them. You'll put them on, turn them over, and then starting with whoever is the first player, you'll reveal your first task of your first person, go around the table, second task, etc. The tasks can be fairly simple. Many times they give you gold and sake. Those are the 2 resources of the game, or some of this respect here. Others will let you buy new techniques. So you simply look in the middle of the table and you pay the cost. So this one here would cost 2 gold and a sake. It's also worth a point at the end of the game, but now you have a new technique that you'll be able to use, which here for this example gives me 2 sake. Some will let you upgrade or hire new people. When you upgrade somebody, you will simply pay the cost at the bottom, flip them over, so she's minus 1 point. Now when you flip her over, she's plus 1 point. Also, other stats on the card will get better as you upgrade them. You can also hire from a whole group of different people in the middle of the table, and you'll simply take some of these people here, again paying their costs, and then hopefully later on you can upgrade them. Sometimes when you have these various people in the middle, they're going to give you bonuses. For example, whenever this guy uses a task, you're going to get 2 gold, and you get the unused respect pile there. So that's the different actions that will be there. But as players take these actions, another player can also follow that action if they pay you an unused respect. When someone gives you an unused respect, it gets flipped over, so they essentially have given you half a point, but then they can take the same action. They don't get any bonus from the student taking that action, but if I take 2 gold, someone can give me one of these tokens to take 2 gold themselves. Now, many of the characters, the students, have something that says if someone does that, then you get some bonus resources. So I get 2 unused respect anytime someone follows this action. When players are done with action, they clean up and get ready for the next round. At the end of rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, you'll take your third fighter, and they go to the exhibition, which means they won't be around for the next round to use as a worker. However, they're going to fight now. You'll add these two numbers. So this is not a very strong fighter, but if I upgraded him and maybe gave him a better technique later on, you can see now he's worth 12 when it comes to fighting. That's pretty much it. You're going to do that for 5 rounds, and at the end of 5 rounds, whoever has the most points is the winner. I'm really happy with the components for this game, especially with the art, and especially it's fun to see all these different students as they transform into a warrior. That's such a, I don't know, I really like how that happens. Here we got these two people and boom, now they're warriors. The symbology is not complex at all. It's pretty simple once you understand it, and even like here you can see it's faded out, just shows you what is on the other side of the card. The quality of the cards is also well done, and I especially like the coins and the sake tokens. Little wooden tokens are great. The respect tokens come in 5s and 10s besides the 1s, although you won't use these that much. And the rules are pretty clearly written. In fact, in the rules, they got some descriptions of how all the different characters, their stories. It tells you more about what the character does than how to use them, although it does tell you with the different masters, it gives you some tips on how to work with them. So really fantastic components. So here we have the sheet that comes in the back of the box. Other than that, you don't need it anymore because the back of the box is actually used to keep track of the rounds. Not something that's, necessary. Who cares if you use the back of the box or not? But it's just neat. This whole thing, which comes in a fairly small package, really wallops a big punch. It feels fresh. It feels excellent. It feels fantastic. I really like how this whole game comes together. So basically, here's what happens. The game is fast, 5 rounds, a fairly lightning speed, where you're going to be picking 2 to 3, maybe 4 different students and putting these actions with them, getting better actions, getting better students, upgrading your students. Each of the different masters has a complete different feel because your tiles that you start with are going to be different. One is going for gold, one might be going for sake, one might be following other people. And it just gives it a very nice asymmetrical feel without feeling like any one of the masters is better than the rest. So the whole thing just comes together in a really nice mix. That with the fantastic artwork and the different people. But I also like how simplistic it is to just play. Hey, on my turn, I do this. I take some sake. I take some gold. I do this. I do that. And you don't have to sit there and go, oh, what's this unique, weird action? No, the actions are pretty straightforward. And it's fun to buy cooler, better actions in the middle. But where the game really shines is this following other people's. Now, this is not the first game to do it. Other games allow you to do an action that someone else does, but here you're essentially giving them half a point to do so. And yet, if you never follow anyone else, I refuse to give other people points, you won't get everything that you need. If I only have 3 actions in my turn, but I can get 2 more things by following other people, I'm definitely going to do that. And so that brings this together in a really well-honed way. Again, the fact that this game takes 45 minutes to an hour and yet feels like a bigger, more robust game, really, that added with the theme, added with how well it looks, adding that it scales well, I'm just happy with this one all around. I didn't know much about this game at all when it showed up. Now that I played it, I'm very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to trying it out again. That's Master of Respect. Fantastic. Dice Tower Judgment. Excellent.